What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Shannon Sharpe played in the NFL from, I believe, like 1990 to about 2005 or 6. Both for the Denver Broncos, Ravens, and back to the Broncos. He made $22 million in career earnings in those years. Not bad. Highest base salary for any season. He made $2.25 million in the Broncos, and that was a lot of money for him. A lot of money for everybody in that time. But he was talking to Chad Johnson, and he said, because, people were talking about the Katt Williams interview. They were trying to figure out how much money it made him, and he just said he got the check from the interview. Whatever you think I made is 3 times. So if you think I made 500,000, 3x it. If you think I made $1 million, 3x it. If you think I made $2 million, 3x it. Shannon Sharpe is trying to say that he made $6 million from this collaboration. And of course, people were hating on Katt Williams for going on to Joe Rogan and not talking about the same issues that he talked about with Shannon Sharpe. But I want to talk about this because this is interesting, and it's a very big point I try to make here on my channel. If this interview made $6 million, which I don't think that it did that directly from AdSense, I believe what it did do is to bring on potential sponsorships for not only that channel and Nightcap. If Cameron and Mace can get a $30 million deal, right? If Gilly and Wallow can get a $200 million deal, you can guess whatever Shannon Sharpe is getting for just opening in the first 20 seconds of Nightcap, okay? And how is that happening? It is called a black male collaborative network. A lot of these guys have their own platforms. You see Gilbert Arenas working with them. You see Katt Williams working with them. You see other black men working with them. And what do you not see with black men in general? You don't see any black men working with each other doing anything, right? I try to get black men to understand this, but they just don't get it. Black men just don't get it. If you don't have this black male collaboration between the two of these people, and I know it started a bonfire, but it led to so many financial opportunities for not only just Shannon Sharpe, but Katt Williams and his own tour, okay? The same thing with Monique and her tour, right? Now, also, the clips got paid and the shorts got paid. We get it. But look at the money that we have left as black men on the table simply because we don't work together. The thing about black men is, black men, you are the warriors of the black community, okay? You are the innovators. You are the business class people. You are the ones that will work long hours and bring business development. You bring cash, you bring ideas, and men are very good at bringing resources as a community. Once you have that money and you can reinvest it back into your people, you can go out and you can find talent. You can find talent that would have otherwise been neglected. Just think of the great Eddie Robinson at Grambling State. People like Doug Williams would have never been allowed to play quarterback if it was not for Eddie Robinson, okay? What about Jake Reed, okay? What about Jake Reed? Look at all the people that came through them. If you have no Grambling State, you don't have all of these great players that came into the program. 300 or so people went to the NFL because of him, okay? You're talking about Willie Brown, Charlie Joyner, all right? Willie Davis. These are NFL legends that we wouldn't know, but since Grambling was there, we were able to get that out and get that developed. When you make that kind of money and you bring it back to your community and you invest it into your people, into any industry, you create more of you create more people that can build for that society. This is why Shannon Sharpe is winning. This is why Arenas is winning. They work together. They help each other. Meanwhile, the black man is so concerned about Pookie and Ray Ray arguments. Do you think that Shannon Sharpe cares about a Pookie and a Ray Ray argument? Do you think that they care about that? No. Because why? Any woman that wants a Pookie and a Ray Ray, do you think Shannon Sharpe cares about that? or Chad Johnson cares about that. No, you know what they can do? They can simply just get rid of the lady and let her go search for whoever she wants to go search for. There would be miles of women wanting to deal with them. They own stuff. Shannon Sharpe owns houses. He owns businesses. You think Shaquille O'Neal cares about Pookies and Ray Rays? He owns franchises. He owns car washes. He owns stocks. He owns bonds. He owns apartment complexes. Do you think he cares about Pookies and Ray Rays? He doesn't. He has resources. He works with other rich people. You think Cam Newton is out there caring about what Pookies and Ray Rays say? Do you think that? No. That's what we talk about because we don't own anything in the black community. We won't work together to own anything. So we talk about what Pookies and Ray Rays. That's a great argument for somebody who doesn't own anything. And trust me, I understand that Pookies and Ray Rays are who they are, but goddamn it, when you own something and you own your stuff, you can punish the Pookies and the Ray Rays, and then the ladies out there are going to go to the guys who can get stuff done. The reason why there's so many Pookies and Ray Rays is because we don't have enough black men working together like we see it with Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson and Katt Williams. We don't see that opportunity. Katt Williams wouldn't get that opportunity if Club Shay Shay didn't invest into the podcast. And then now you're seeing everybody else come through and make that money circle around. Now these big brands are coming through the same way they came through the Ebony Magazine and Jet Magazine in the 40s and 50s. These guys created their own lane with their own audience. Now all the other sponsors want to get on and they're going to pay them. And then they can take it if they want and build their own society and their own community with that money and make that money continue to develop. That's what they can do. Yep, they can do that. That's exactly 100% what they can do. But when you don't work with your men, and men are so important for bringing money to communities. You know, like I'm working here in Africa every day. If I didn't have these guys that edited videos or carry equipment for us when we have shoots, I carry it too, we would not have what we have. You need men to help you achieve what you have, okay? It's just no getting around it. When you don't want to think like that and you don't want to create your own money because all of us work for the white man and we don't work for ourselves and we can't collaborate and bring business to a community, then of course you don't really have control of how your people act. That's why the Mexicans have control over how their people act. To a certain degree, they own more of their stuff. There is no community where people own more of their stuff and you see people acting crazy. Look at Black America in the 40s and the 50s. Want to know why Black America was sane? We owned more of our stuff. That's why. Because you couldn't just do whatever you wanted to in the community. You'd be ostracized. There was a price to pay. But when you don't depend on each other, shout out to Brother George for this, then of course, well, I don't need you. I can act how I want to act. But hey, listen, Shannon Sharpe knows he needs those black comedians. He ain't getting big because of white comedians. This is a black show, right? He needs them. There's a certain commitment he needs to have to the community now because that commitment is paying more probably than ESPN. I can guarantee you he's not getting the ESPN check of $6 million. I can guarantee you. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shirley Jackson. Back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. Appreciate for all you do, Celebrity Bell. We're out.